So just out on the bike again today. Just make sure that's recording alright first. Is it recording? Looks like it is. Is it? Yes. Is it recording? Yeah, it is. Okay, so just tighten that up on there a bit. So I brought the drone out with me today. I'm not sure if we're going to use it or not. It was a nice day, I just thought I'd come for a little bike ride. Just get out and about a little bit. Pagan's had his walk this morning. Cheers, mate. Hello. So just have a casual little ride. I know I've been along this route before, but so I'll get out again, do a bit of cardio. Did a little bit of weight training this morning. Nothing serious, just use kettle weights. Do a set on the lower weight. Then 2 sets on the higher weight. And I do it to more or less failure, which is around 10 to 15 reps. Bear in mind I haven't done any weight training for a long time. I used to do quite a lot of weight training. But now I'm starting to feel a bit better because I'm doing the natural stuff. You know, with my own smoothie blend. Things have been getting a lot better, blood sugars are under control. Feel more energetic. I don't like to sit around too long now. Ah, mate. Hello. Because obviously sitting around doesn't help. You know, if you get out, do something. I mean, I know I'm on an e-bike, and that's for various reasons. Well, it's a bit safer for me, you know, with the ataxia. In terms of my balance, it's a bigger bike, a bit heavier. This also holds me firm. So, also if I get anywhere where I struggle, that helps. Morning.
Okay.
Yeah, good, are you? So yeah, you know, an e-bike. I think if it was a normal bike, when I start to struggle because I can't really stand up on the pedals to get an extra speed up, I'd probably wobble off. Oh yeah. I mean, I always keep the e-bike in a low pedal assist mode. Cheers, thank you. Yeah, sorry, as I say, to keep the bike in a low pedal assist mode. I mean, it's got 5 modes, 5 being the most powerful. I keep it about 2, so yes, I've got to put a little bit of effort in pedaling, and it just takes over. You know, if I go up that steeper slope where I'm starting to struggle a little bit, it just kicks in and just makes it safer for me. So, you know, I use it, and why not? You know, there's a bit of a slope just coming up now, though you might not see it on the camera, but I'm starting to put a bit more effort in, and the bike doesn't really slow down. Yes, I've got to put that little bit of more effort in, but it's not like the bike is slowing down. It's keeping going because it's assisting me. So the more I put into it, the better off it is, which is, you know, really good. That's what you really want. So, gonna have a ride across Ford Green. And up to Whitley Mine Shaft. Also, I might get the drone out, I don't know yet. Well, yeah, lovely day, not too hot. It's not cold, it's sunny. It's about 22. So yeah, a lovely day. And just a nice day to get some fresh air. I took Pagan round this morning. I always take him early. It looks like it's going to be a sunny day because, you know, I don't want him getting hard to walk in the heat. Thank you. You know, that wouldn't be good for him. So I'm hoping as well, in terms of that, so really in terms of that bigger tent, hopefully next week or the week afterwards I should be able to afford it then, and I look forward to getting that. And like I said in my other video, that's sort of repeating myself over and over. Just have that little bit bigger tent, I think is going to make all the difference. Screwing on your left, love. Thank you.
Okay.
You know, like I say, it should make a bit of difference. And of course, the other thing is, I want to get Pagan out in the little bike trailer, even though he doesn't seem to like it. I will get him out, but it's been a bit hot last few days, and I know it's going to be too hot to take him out in it again. But I do want to get him sort of comfortable in there and trained up just to sort of sit in there. So, you know, again, I can get places. With the rules changing, I should be able to get out more places. Thank you. You know, and then I put my small backpack on, and be able to carry that tent with me. Maybe, you know, with the law changing in the UK now, you know, come out for a nice camping somewhere. Which are going to be great. Yeah, what a lovely day. As you can see with the, you know, the countryside just round, well, countryside is sort of a bit of a park area. You know, some beautiful places. You know, it's just a shame. You do get a few dickheads out now and again. You know, making litter, being sort of antisocial. I mean, you're going to get it everywhere, but it's a shame. And it does put people off. Especially in the evenings and stuff. You know, you can have your chavvies on their motorbikes and everything else, and you know, you don't want that, you don't need it. But it's a lot better than what it used to be. You know, can't complain at that, that's for sure. Let's see if the gates are open here again. Yes, good, they're open. Oh, it's lovely weather. I think they've forecast another heat wave coming in soon. Sod's Law's going to be, as soon as the kids finish school, it's going to be rain. It's always the way. You get a few weeks of nice weather before school holidays, and then you get to school holidays and it just becomes like monsoon season. Rain, dull. And everything else, but I mean, I do like the hot weather, I must admit. You know, it's nice to get out just wearing a t-shirt, you know, and having to put coats and gloves and hats on. But for me, I suppose I'm a little bit more of a cold weather person. You know, given the choice, hot weather or cold weather, I'd probably choose the cold weather. Going through on your left. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I like the weather when it's like this. It's not scorching hot like it was last week, where literally just sitting down and you're just burning, you know, sweating. But at the same time, not too cold, you know, you need a jacket on. This sort of weather to me seems perfect. Well, this is new up here, but they're doing another football pitch. You know, got a nice little breeze blowing, keeps you cool. Yeah, it's good camping weather. So we're going to turn right just up here. And what I'll do, we'll stop it. I think I'm just going to try the drone. So I want to try a new yeah, so what I wanted to do then was try to follow me, a tracking one, but to be honest, I didn't realise how bad my eyesight is now, and I couldn't read the screen, so I didn't want to risk it. And what I was going to try and do, which I know works well, was just track me as I'm riding my bike, but like I say, unfortunately, I couldn't see the symbols. So I do need to get my glasses sorted out, actually. Problem is, you know, with the diabetes, my eyesight changes so much. You know, one time it can be really good, it's fine. Then another time, you know, it's like it is now, it's blurred, can't see properly. It can be a pain, especially, you know, you go get some new glasses and you get fitted out for a pair. Even when you come to try them, you think, well, they're not quite right, because you know your eyesight's changed again. You know, it's different. So you can never get a pair of glasses that are spot on. It's just like some days with my computer, I can see it fine with my normal eyes. Same day later on, I'm squinting at it, can't see it properly. I've got some reading glasses, which I typically wear on the computer. It's the same then. Sometimes I put them on, it's fine. Sometimes when I'm wearing them, it's not quite right. It's a bit fuzzy. You know, I mean, it's what it is, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. It's part of the diabetes. But, you know, it's why I can't really wear glasses permanently. Because, you know, your eyesight's constantly fluctuating. Which is a pain in the arse. To be honest with you. Like I say, I don't turn this into a moaning video or anything. You know, it is what it is, but you know, diabetes does affect you in so many different ways. I mean, like now, you see where I'm going fine. I can see if somebody's coming towards me, I can see in the mirrors. But, you know, I can't see up close. I have had days when I go out and, you know, I'm struggling to see distance things. But hey ho, we compensate, we adapt. Make the most of what we got. As simple as that, really. Just coming on your right, mate. Thank you. Hello. You know, I mean, it's like, you know, with ataxia, diabetes, because of, well, I'm a bit of a knacker. I don't see it that way. They're just challenges. You just overcome them. Spend your life whining about them, complaining. You're not going to get anywhere. You know, all you do is start hating yourself, feeling sorry for yourself, start getting depressed. You don't need that. You know, I just live life as much as I can to the fullest I can now. You know, I just see the consequences of some of the conditions a little bit more as a challenge. That's all it is. You just adapt. So, yeah, I suppose in a lot of cases, what does make me, I won't say laugh about, but, you know, people who take drugs. I mean, I've never taken drugs, apart from, obviously, prescription drugs. So I can't really make any judgment on that. But people who do stuff and they know it's harming them. I understand there's reasons behind it, but why do something like that, you know, when, you know, it's harming you and you knowingly do it? I understand some people are in bad places and it just helps them get through, and I get that. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm an East Saint. Alright. Alright, love. You know, I'm not going to say, well, I was saying I'm an East Saint. You know, I do enjoy a glass of whiskey now and again. Sometimes a couple of glasses. But it's purely medicinal. Yeah, it's purely because, you know, I enjoy whiskey. Just come to your right, love. It's okay. Thank you. Hello. You know, I don't know. Drinking's not exactly good for you. I mean, normally if I would, hey, little squirrel. If I do have a drink, it'll be on something like tonight, like a Friday night. I won't have one this week because I'm going to save money for my tent. But you know, normally Friday night I might have a couple of glasses of whiskey, and that's it. But you know, let's get across the road here. I mean, I've lived like a good life. Yeah, I was in the army and I did a lot of things when I was in the army. It was the old-fashioned army. You know, where the harder you put into it, the more you got out of it. And I did get a lot out of it. You know, I got to see lots of places, got to meet lots of different people, got lots, you know, did a lot of training courses. You know, it was great. You know, I got to do things that most people have to pay for or dream of. You know, I did a lot of adventure stuff. It was classed as training, you know, and it was probably more difficult than your average course you get on Civvy Street, you know, rock climbing and stuff, but, you know, it was lovely. We enjoyed it. Cheers, pal. You know, but can't grumble at that at all. And I did some things in the army, yeah, well, you know, I look back on and think, well, that probably messed me up nowadays. You know, we do certain sort of courses, selections for stuff where you'd have to push yourself to the limits. Well, what you thought were your limits, but you found afterwards they weren't, you know, because you had to go further and beyond that. And, you know, even at the time when we were doing this stuff, you know, we used to say to each other, God, this is going to wreck us later on in life. And yeah, that's true, it does. You pay the price for it. But, you know, in consideration, I've got no regrets. You know, we all pushed ourselves, not just me, other people. We achieved what we wanted to achieve. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's something to be proud of. So, no, I've got no regrets about anything. Probably a bit broken now, admittedly, but, you know, what can you do? It's coming on your right, mate. Cheers, pal. They do. You know, I've certainly got no regrets. Whilst I might be a little bit broken now, but it's been a hell of a journey getting there. Yeah, I'm happy. You know. Well, I've got a few regrets in my life, but you know, you have to move past them. It's pointless living in the past. Use your past to learn about your future. That's what I say. We take past mistakes, we learn from them, we adapt for the future, and we move on. We're just sort of living in the past, regretting certain things, and stuff like that. It's just not worth it. You know, I live my life how I want to live my life now, not as other people want me to live it. Although I wouldn't mind, you know, sharing my life with somebody. That would be nice, but again, you know, sometimes you've got to sort of, if you like, compensate a little bit. As I say, you can't have your cake and eat it as well. You know, meaning, if you want something, then you're probably going to have to give something else up. Which is, you know, really true actually. So, just a bit of a different video today. Just like I say, I thought I'd come out for a bit of a bike ride with the weather being so nice.